Hello everyone, you're on OPERPOST channel and today we're watching another one of my projects, commercials for Mayak Radio, which means lighthouse in English. These were 3 commercials that we filmed in one single shift. Let's start with the technical details. We were filming with Arri Alexa XT camera, not Alexa Mini this time. We took XT model because it was less expensive. We had a small budget, and because we used Arri Master Anamorphic lenses, which are quite expensive, we decided to use a relatively simpler camera, which was not an issue since all Alexa cameras have identical sensors and there is no difference in image quality. The first story takes place in a record store. The wide shot will be from here, and I think I will not see our devices behind the lamp. And I would not really want to see a lamp in the frame. So I would turn off all the lights that illuminate the records, and I would hang a stera here instead of these lights, so that it illuminates the records. The store's interior was pretty cool. It had a monochrome style, white walls, black frames, black pillars. So the main colors were black and white. I didn't want to introduce some kind of warm light there because it would disturb our black and white palette. Therefore, I decided that there will be a white light for these white walls and some colored details in clothes. It's good that that store had several windows. The store itself was located in the basement, but everything could be much worse and it could just be without any windows at all. I would also look at the angle of the beam. Perhaps it should not be shining directly into the window, but at an angle. We quickly found a great point for a wide shot directed at the window in which we see only one window. But in fact, on the left and on the right there are 2 more windows that came in handy for close-ups. We were illuminating the walls through them. I only had 2 sources of light standing outside. These were Arri M40. Despite there were 3 windows in the frame, we saw only 1 window at a time. So the central window was illuminated constantly, whereas for the side windows, I was moving the source of light depending on which side we were shooting. The first thing I decided to do was to turn off the internal light. The internal lights provided a very hard light. It was difficult to control and impossible to lower the brightness. In addition, their light was reflected on the walls, which resulted in a nasty yellow color that I just wanted to avoid. I did not want anything warm at all, but some lamps were cold while others were warm, and I simply did not need this kind of mix. At first, I thought of replacing the local lamps with asteras and illuminating the records and showcases with them in addition to some backlight. But after I lit only 2 sources of light standing behind the windows, I realized that it was pretty much enough for me. On the wide shot there was a light coming through a window on the right, which was not actually visible in the frame. Still, we turned on the source of light so that it could illuminate showcases located behind the character of a dad standing on the right, cast a shadow from the same actor onto the showcase located in the center, and provide a backlight for the actor. Let's make this area a little darker. It just looks a little boring. I felt a lack of key light on the actors' faces. That's why on the right I installed an 8-feet frost frame behind which a sky panel was mounted for a side key light. Then we switched to close-ups of our characters. A classic over-the-shoulder shot, medium shot, close-up shot. I moved the 8-feet frost frame to the window in the center so that part of the beam would still illuminate the showcase behind the boy, while the part of the beam on his face was blocked by a frost frame. It was impossible to direct the light through the entire frame as the beam was much smaller than the frame. So I also added a sky panel so that the entire frost frame would work and provide a soft light for the actor. The next location was a photo studio where we were forbidden to do anything with the windows. We could not hang our curtains, even could not move the existing curtains at all, which was strange for me. But we found a solution. We simply attached our curtains to a long pipe and made our fake wall. The idea was that despite there was a daylight coming through the windows, the room itself would be half lit, and there are some kind of warm spotlights. For this, we decided to install an additional vertically aligned stairs between the window and our false wall, in order to illuminate our curtains and create the effect of a daylight from the window. The window pane seems to be uneven. Two stairs were covered with the honeycomb-shaped covers and attached onto the pipe itself. This was required for more light on the bed and character so that there is a backlight. Well, it basically provided a backlight to our room. We put covers on the stairs to reduce a parasite light, illuminating the walls so that only the center of the room and the bed were illuminated. Stairs were visible behind our curtains, so we got them hidden behind dark curtains when we needed to. I can see those, so we need to hide them behind the dark curtains. Yes. Little closer to me, please. For a wide shot, we placed a table and a lamp just to create some kind of foreground and depth of the frame. For our actor's key light, we used a sky panel that was located on the edge of our false wall and imitated the light from the window. It could be the light from the curtains themselves, but in order to have the control over the brightness of the actor's face in the frame and the brightness of the curtains, it's better to have separate sources of light for both actor and curtains. I also put an LED panel on the ceiling to slightly raise the room tone, in other words, the filling of the room. This also helped the shadow side of the actor's face. There was no excessively dramatic light. We filmed the entire video according to this light scheme. There were only 3 frames and there was simply zooming into mid-shots and close-up shots. For mid-shot and close-up shot, we simply added a frame between the sky panel and the actor to soften the color on the face. The third video was filmed in the next pavilion, where we ran urgently in order to catch the rest of the light already fading by that moment, leaving the window. It was already quite dark, and every minute it was getting darker and darker, plus the color temperature outside the window was also changing. The sky was getting more and more bluish. We were filming very fast and used a very simple light scheme. There was only one sky panel into a frost frame. The lens is 32, right? Alex, please give me that reflecting screen. Lay it here between the sofa and me. We were using this reflecting screen for the actor's face. The backlight in this frame is natural. It was coming from one single lamp that stood in the corner behind the bed. Let's have a side light on the window while it is still there. But please raise it by half a meter. Let's shoot the wide shot from the angle. Alex, everything should be in the corner. The sky panel and the frame should be next to that chair. Stop. It's now reflected by the pictures on the wall. Please move the frame slightly to my side. Stop. Now please move the sky panel. Stop. Like this, yes. After we shot everything against the window, we had to proceed with wide shots and mid shots where only the wall was in the background. Since it was completely dark outside by that moment, the most difficult task was to match the color temperature, brightness of the wall and the actor's face. Basically to imitate the light coming from the window. For this purpose, I took 2 frost frames and I was still using sky panel. During color correction, everything was further adjusted and I think that the final result is very good. I hope that you liked the result too. I would appreciate your comments, likes and subscriptions if you have not subscribed already. There are more cool works underway and I will certainly show you more and tell you more about my work. Till next time, bye.